Hi guys. So we are officially starting our adventure, I suppose, to Australia. Um, Due to unforeseen circumstances, even though they kind of were foreseen because of like the regime that's happening right now in America. But I'm very excited to, um, I don't know, start a new life. Not even start a new life, but just like go visit for a year. Go go visit the country I've always wanted to go to for a year. And there's many scary things to it, um, like many scary aspects um, to the whole traveling internationally by myself. But I do feel like it is probably the best option right now, which is kind of crazy, um, because it does have a lot of scary factors. One being that I've never been on a flight before, so that's pretty nerve wracking. Um, and being on a flight for like 24 hours is also a lot. Um, Having to figure out where I go from there is also probably going to be a lot, but I am just trying to have faith in myself and the universe and yeah, to go somewhere I've always wanted to go, do something I've always wanted to do. I have to do it alone and scared, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean I can't do it. So I hope that you join me. So I'm sitting here watching Wendy Outdoors. My phone is very dirty. And I think I just wanted to chat a little bit with you and tell you why I decided to stop using TikTok as my main platform. I definitely still go on there. I have people that I follow that I really enjoy watching, such as Red Robe Astrology. His name is Michael Lennox. Um, he's on other platforms, but I just feel like his TikTok videos are the easiest to digest. Um, and yeah, so I still get on there. I like to be informed about what's happening in this country and stuff like that as well. Um, and there's people I follow that will give me that information. So, um, yeah, I still am on it. I still have my channel, um, Artist to Australia, Bohana's Art. Um, excuse me. But I just feel like a lot of it became kind of money hungry after the exchange or transfer of ownership came to be earlier 2026, like January 2026. It definitely changed, and I blocked all the things. I blocked all the people, all the government all the government accounts and everything, and like my For You page would sometimes go back to normal, but like I'm saying that the motivation behind people's making of the TikToks has kind of become a money hungry thing. I really enjoyed going live on TikTok. I liked talking to people and I liked chatting with people on lives. And then it got to be this whole thing where it was like, you must gift this person this or you're going to get kicked out of the live. And that's just weird culture to me. I like to be inclusive, not exclusive. I like to include everybody in on my journeys and struggles and, whatever else it may be. And I feel like YouTube is just more my platform. Who knows if YouTube is going to, you know, last? Who knows? I did try this before. I had a YouTube channel when I was 15 and I sang with my ukulele and then I deleted all the videos and deleted the channel. But my name on there was Nightless Dreams though. So if you know that name, you're a real one. But um, anyway, So as I'm packing up this entire house to, do my next adventure, whether that's van life or going to Australia, um, or both, while I'm packing up my entire life and doing that, I also just have a lot of thoughts and feelings that I want to share. This year has been, already a lot for many people, not just me, for the collective. But for me specifically, it has been a year of clarity. I have left relationships. I have stopped talking to basically my entire family, besides my entire immediate family, I should say. Um, and I learned a lot about the people who I grew up with that I obviously just didn't know very well, and my own mother who let someone take advantage of me as a baby. And these things are really heavy and hard and difficult to portray on an app, TikTok I'm talking about, that thrives off superficialness, superficiality, whichever the word is. It thrives off of you giving them money and you giving them money to get your views, or you giving them money to help support your favorite creators, whatever it may be. And I'm just not down with that. I really want to help people. I want people to learn from things that I have went through so that they don't have to go through them. And I do not feel like TikTok is that place anymore, which is so unfortunate because I really felt like there was such a community on there for a while. And then the new ownership, it kind of just went to, you know. So I yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get monetized on here or not, but that again is not my goal. My goal is to reach as many people as I can, share my art, share my experiences, help you to grow and learn and go through these transitions in life as gracefully and as, full of clarity as you possibly can. Because I do think big transitions in life are very hard. So just briefly, I will tell you about the big transition that I'm going through, other than just packing my whole entire life up and possibly going to Australia / van life. Um, so I said I left a relationship. I did, and um, it was really hard because we had not been together since high school, but we were together in high school, and most of my adult life, I've been like, I would never date anyone from high school ever again, and I should have probably stuck with that. So here's my learning experience for you to learn from. Do not, if you guys have broken up, I'm not saying if they've never done anything to you in your life, if they're an actual good human and you know that and other people know that, not just you, other people see that they're a good person, um, but you also in the privacy of your own home feel like they're a good person. If that's true, then don't listen to this advice. But if that's not true and you're thinking, well, maybe I should give this person a try. Maybe, I missed something because we were young and we were in high school, and high school is really tough anyway, like without relationships, and then you add a relationship on there, and then it's a whole thing. So like that is is a big deal. Um, to decide whether or not to get back with someone that you've dated before. And I didn't really count the people I dated in high school as boyfriends, or girlfriends. So I think it was kind of easier for me to, because they didn't seem like real relationships after I became an adult. And I would say that's pretty accurate. I had a really tough time in high school, but I um, yeah, I got back with this person. I currently live with this person, and I just feel like I should have just let him stay where he needed to stay, and I should have just went on my own way. I don't regret the like year and a half that we spent together this time, but he he did cheat on me. He did show my personal private photos to other people without my consent or me knowing. Um, and he talked to girls behind my back without telling me, deleted the messages so I wouldn't be able to see. And he lied. He lied a lot. I think that was the main thing, is that he lied, and I would come to him with my feelings and my genuine concern about our relationship, and he would just brush it off as, I'm crazy, don't worry about it, blah, 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 blah. And like, haven't we all heard that before? Like, men just being like, you're crazy, like, ugh. And yeah, we're crazy because you make us this way. And that is true pertaining to this relationship. Um, I gave him every opportunity he possibly could have had to open up, to tell me what happened, to explain things in a way that would not make me resent or hate him. And he just would not do that. He just did everything in the exact way that would just not work for me. So we ended up ending things, and I had actually ended things with him previously. I ended things with him after he confessed what he did to me, which was in June or end of May. And then I broke up with him again in August because we had technically gotten back together because we trauma bonded. Okay, guys, there was a whole thing. We trauma bonded, and then we were back together. And then you get to August, and he confesses more to me from when we dated in high school. And look, high school is high school. It's in the past. But I didn't know about anything that happened in high school. He never told me that he cheated on me in high school, and that was what he confessed to. And that is just really hard to hear, to deal with, to live with. So basically, we didn't have a relationship since August at all, like no physical intimacy, like very, very little or none of any of those things. And then basically, like the new year, January 1st came, and I basically was like, I literally cannot do anything with you anymore. So we did break up in August. Did he try to continue keeping me? Yes. And this is what I mean. We don't need to be kept women, right? Like, why are these men trying everything that they can to keep us, but they're not willing to do what we actually need them to do in order to keep us? And this is a question I will always have in my life, because I never understood why someone would get into a relationship with someone when they don't like them or when they have bad intentions. And that's probably because I am not that person. Did I used to be that person in high school? A little bit, probably. I was way more superficial in high school than I am now. But I was also very superficial in high school because I was very depressed, and I was focused on the outside, the surface level things, because I felt if I presented myself in a certain way, people wouldn't know how sad I was, because I kept getting reported to the counselors and to pretty much everyone that you possibly could report a kid to when they're depressed in school. So this is my point. Like, why did I try to date someone again when I was dating them at the most depressed time in my life and wasn't paying attention to anything that they were doing, clearly? So my point is, this is the lesson, okay? If you are considering getting back with an ex from high school, you broke up a long time ago. Me and this particular ex actually did have like a 3 or 4 month get together after high school, and he actually did stuff then too. And this is what I mean. Like, this man, I am the prettiest girl he's ever dated, okay?
And I know that's saying a lot. I'm not trying to be conceited. I'm literally like, look at me. I am the prettiest man. I am the prettiest girl he's ever dated. Prettiest person he's ever dated. Okay, me. This face. Okay? So what does that tell you? You know what I mean? Like he I'm not trying to be mean. Just not a person. He's very unique looking and not necessarily in a bad way, just very unique. And I'm also very unique looking, so I get it. Um, but it was a more, how do I say that? Like, oh, he wasn't even motivated to change himself for what he also claims as the prettiest girl he's ever dated. He couldn't even change himself and his behavior. He's changed now. He's changing now, I should say. I have helped him, pushed him along on that path. But that's not your responsibility, and it's not my responsibility either. I'm just here for now, so I might as well encourage someone else's growth. And I've kind of always played that role in people's lives, is been there to encourage growth. So I will happily do that. I want the best for everyone, not just the best for myself. And I will continue saying that because that is my truth. You know what I mean? And if I feel that way, if that's my truth, then I kind of have to act like that, right? So, I'm not giving him my heart or anything like that, don't worry. But he definitely still has some sort of, effect over me because I'm still trying to help him along this journey. And while that's good, it's good to help, your fellow neighbors and your community members along their life paths. I do believe I have kind of become a crutch. So, trying to get out of that. And yeah, so there's just a lot that has happened um, since I would say January 20th to now, which is I think a month later, February 20th, um, or 21st. No, I think it's the 23rd. Um, yes, February 23rd. So I have made it about a month um, in living in this situation. With new information just coming into my psyche and my consciousness, and me just constantly having to work on myself and grow so that way I can get out of this. Um, and I like to think of this part of life as pit stops. So I was on a trajectory, I was going places, not necessarily a specific place, but I was going places when I was traveling in my van. And then I went to this cabin because I really decided I needed to settle down. I went to this cabin. I settled down. I was stalked there. I was harassed. And I never felt safe the entire time I was there. It was also owned by a pretty psychotic woman. So, live in that cabin, don't like it, want to get out. So, in my desperation, well, not even in my desperation, because I didn't reach out. The man that I was with, that I just, we ended in August or whatever, he randomly texted me one morning when I was at the cabin. And basically, he said he's always loved me, that he wants to be with me, blah, 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 blah. Do not act out of desperation, okay? That's for me to have to learn the hard way, not for you, okay? Don't do things out of desperation. I don't care if you think it's going to give you just a little bit of a better quality of life. Along the way, it's not. It's actually going to give you worse quality of life, okay? And how do I know this? Because I hated the place that he lived originally, that I was staying at. I literally had to stay in a room on an air mattress with the cat litter boxes. Like, that's the room I was in. Like, he had a spare room. That room was used for cat litter. And it was very small. It was probably 8 by 8 feet. It was not even 8 by 8 feet because it was longer than it was wide. Maybe 8 by 6 feet. It was a very tiny space, okay? With cats, sharing them with cats, and their poop. So I was not into it. And I said, I'm not going to stay here. So we got to leave. And leave we did, to a worse situation. There, we had stalkers. We had men who beat their wives across the street that would make us call the cops because they were screaming so loud, bloody murdery. We also think that he possibly killed the woman that he lived with. And if you want that story time, I will give it to you because it's actually crazy. I don't know if I have too much proof of it left, but I do have some things. And the property manager there literally called the guy I was with, like, the well, he didn't, but he was going to call him the N-word to his face. And if he would have, he definitely would have got his shit rocked, but that's not the point. Point is it just went from, I don't really like this situation, to, man, I really hate this situation, to, oh my gosh, it's getting worse. Okay? So, do not do things out of desperation. If you do things out of desperation, you're not going to get what you think you're going to get, okay? You need to do things that you feel called to, that you can't ignore, that keeps popping up in your head and you like don't know. You may not know how to do it or how to execute it, but it just is there all the time. And for me, that's Australia. I've been wanting to go to Australia ever since I learned I could go to Australia. I know it sounds crazy. I just never thought I would be able to, or be in a situation where I would be able to afford a visa there and a plane flight there. And I'm very lucky. I'm so lucky to be in the position that I'm in where I can do these things. I can apply for a visa. I can go to these things. And if they need extra things, extra documents, I can get those. And that's amazing, you know? And I'm only in this lucky situation because I said X-nay to all the things that didn't fit me, to all the things that were hindering me, to all the things that I reached for in desperation because I needed something. I needed community, or I needed love, or validation that was outside of myself. Never look for that, by the way. Heal that shit. But now I'm at a place where my entire childhood has been actually completely ruined for me, and my family kind of has been ruined for me pretty much completely. So because of all that, now I'm finally at this space where I'm like, you know what, I could actually just leave this all behind and start a new life. Like, I could actually just do that because that actually sounds like exactly what I should be doing. So that's my advice. Don't do things out of desperation. Don't get back with an ex from high school. And please, please, please think about what you are called to do. Think about what you want to do. And even if you don't really know what like that might be right now, what does your heart keep wanting? Do you keep wanting to go to the ocean? Do you keep wanting to go to the woods? Do you keep wanting to go to the city? Whatever it may be, follow that, you know? Follow that knowing. And if you do continue following that knowing, you will just eventually end up with love in your heart and peace in your soul and where you're supposed to be, with the people you're supposed to be with. So, yeah, that's my little rant. And I hope that this video is okay because I kind of made it like a little conglomeration of two videos that I made. But, yeah, I don't know. I love you all. I really do. And I just want everyone to do what is best for them, and I want everyone to follow their dreams. And I don't care how corny that sounds. I really don't, because it's true. Like, this is my innate belief that everyone should follow their dreams and everyone should be able to live their life the way that they want it without hurting other people. I have to add that disclaimer because things are crazy here in America, but without hurting other people. And the American dream might not be alive and well right now, but you are. You are alive, and I hope that you are well. And if you are well, then you have nothing stopping you. You can do whatever you want. You can put your mind to something and just do it. I promise you that if you feel called to do it, most likely you'll succeed. And even if you don't, who cares? No one's judging you but yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not judging yourself, then it doesn't matter. Embarrassment's not real. Those things aren't real. Those things are about perception. Those things are about being perceived. And you don't have to worry about that when you are following your purpose, what you are called to do. Whether that's, different one day than the next, that's fine. Either way, you're doing what you feel called to do, not out of addiction, not out of desperation, not out of hurt, not out of pain. You're doing it for you and your soul and your highest and greatest good. And I hope that you guys will stick around to see this journey of me becoming an artist in Australia, because I'm really trying. I might have to do some van life before I get there, but I promise you we are going. This is the year for it. We're going to do it. And yeah, I love all of you so much. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you got to this point, because that's crazy. You watched a lot of me just talking. But thank you, and I hope you learned something, because that's why I'm here.